Welcome back, and today I want to show you how we can create a spiral staircase in Tekla structures using some basic tools available in Tekla structures. So if you take a look on screen here, you can see we have a preview of what we expect or of what we expected to do. So if I come to view here, or press Control and pick my rotation point, or just let me just come to navigate by clicking on that drop down arrow, and we have two options here. But I normally pick on the first option as rotate with mouse, then pick my rotation point. I want to pick my rotation point there by left clicking, then hold my left click button and rotate that. So you can see what we expect or what we are expected to create. So this is a spiral staircase. You can see also we have uh, the stringer, spiral stringer. You can see we have the spiral handrail. You can see also we have the posts in place, and the threads are the special ones, and I'll show you how we can create the tool or the macro that can help you create threads with gratings of this kind. Now, let's just get started right away. So before we get started right away, we have first of all to get rid of this. We have first of all to delete everything here so that we begin from scratch. So let me just select everything here and press the delete button on my keyboard. So let's just give some time to erase everything. So if I zoom close, you can see we have some two beams in place. So these two beams just to guide us or to define the length of our thread. But that is the reason why they're there. So they're just for the placement of our thread, because the thread needs these two components to define its length. So I'll come to applications and component here. So once I come into at applications and component, I'm going to look for that particular macro. I'm going to just type mashi. So this is the macro I'm talking about. So this, I'm going to just left click on it by selecting on it. So the moment you click on the macro, you'll be able to see the instruction here, pick the main part. So the main part, I can pick any of these. So I'll pick this as the main part, then pick the other one as the secondary part. Then once you've clicked the secondary part, you'll be given another instruction as pick the first position. So the first position you can pick any side, and I normally prefer to begin from the bottom there. So if I click that as my first point, I'll be instructed now to pick on the second position. So my second position will be on that spot. So once I've clicked on that, I'll be able just to give you some time to process that information so that we can have our trade in place. So when it is in place like this, we can just go ahead and minimize that. So we also have some option where we can also have to walk into the macro so that we can have we can go further and customize the type of the thread grating that we need. So we can see this is what we have, and it's a thread grating, and it is a very special kind of thread. So let me just double click on it. So the moment I double click on it, and this will take me to or inside the macro itself, and it's not, you can see these tabs are not in English, some are in English, and that is that. You can also under bullets, you can see this is the bold section. If I click on that, if I come to bold standard here, you can see you can pick on that. It's 8.8 XOX, or you can leave it at that. So if I click OK, I'll be able to have them. I'll be able to have the bolts in place. So that's not the key part or the main purpose of this. I'm going to come to profile there. You can add some chamfers there. The chamfers are here, so you can add them also there. So let me just first of all come to parameters. So you can see the width of our thread is 250, but I can as well leave it at 250 right there. So the width is defined by the two members that we had placed initially. So once I've done so, I'm going to pick on the profile. I'm going to pick this one because of the three anti-skid grooves there. So I'm going to click modify and give it an OK. So then once I click modify, I'll be able to reflect the changes that I have just picked on that spot. So you can see we have everything here. So the next thing we are expected to do is quite simple. I'm going to, first of all, if I take you briefly, if I try to delete this member, if I delete any of this member, we'll lose our thread, because thread is part of these two members. So the next thing we're going to do, we are going to explode them. We are going to select it, right click and come to explode. So they want to explode it, we'll have this thread as independent. So if I come here and select that member, I'll be able to just press delete button and I'll be able to delete everything. So that's how we can tackle that. So if I right click once again and click redraw, I'll be able to clear off any signs of welding or cut off or cutting planes in place. So you can see we have the thread in place. So that is the first step. So the next step is we want to create the part that will be attached on the main column of the spiral staircase. So how do we go about that? So we have to mark some guidelines. We have to mark some guidelines here by coming to edit and come to points here, and I'm going to pick on the points at any position there, and I'm going to snap right at the center there and move all the way to the bottom end here and just place it right there, and I'm going to maybe just click there. And if I come to measure, then first of all check the measurement from that spot to this spot there. So we have that as 70, but we need some extension downward here as probably 200. 200 will be okay, somehow. So once I've done so, I'm going to just right click once again, the two here. Let me just click the 70. Let me just add some 30 millimeter to make it slightly 100. So let me come and clear that and come to Z axis, and I'll prefix my dimension with a negative sign, and I'm going to click 30 right there. So that's slightly down, and that makes it 100. So I'm going to select these two here. Once I've selected the two, I'm going to come to spatial copy. And I'm going to copy it in the direction of x-axis. Let me first of all just to drag this one. I'm going to copy it in the direction of y-axis there, right there. You can see the y-axis is pointing in that direction. So I'm going to prefix that dimension with a negative sign. So let me just clear that. So if I come to the y-axis here, I'm going to just key in 100. If I key in 100, I'll be able to copy that in that direction, but it's way big. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click and delete. Let me first of all go back and select all that. Select that, press Ctrl and select that, and right click and come to spatial copy once again and pick on linear. So once I'm in linear, I'm going just to key in here 70, and I'm going to prefix it with a negative sign and click copy. So we have this in place. We have this one is in place. So the next thing is I want to create some chamfer. We've gone way far, and if I come to on the points, I'm going to pick on that spot, right click and come to. I'm going to create midpoint. The reason why we are creating these points just to help us in creating a plate that will be attached to this member when connecting the thread to the main column. Now let me come to steel, then come to plate, then pick on the plate. I'll pick that spot, these points, and I'll be able to create a plate right there. So if you keen look, you can see the plate is not centered, it's not right at the center. So I'm going to double click on it, and this will take me straight to the plate properties dialog box here. And I'm going to come to position and click that drop down arrow and pick the option for the position, then I'll click modify. So this will take it into the middle position. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to copy it in that direction, copy it in this direction also. Simply just select it, right click, and come to spatial copy and pick on linear. So in that case, I'll take a look on the position of XYZ plane, and I'm going to copy this in that direction, and this and the opposite direction. So on the X direction, first of all, I have to clear everything and work with only X axis. So I'll key in negative sign and just here type key in 50 and click on that spot, and that will be copied in that direction. And again, I'll remove this and come to 50 and I'll have that in place. So once I've created that, I'm free to delete the middle point, right, the middle one there. So the next one is because I intend to create a similar point, a similar plate like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, pick on that and pick on that, and I'm going to just right click once again. I'm going to right click once again and come to special copy here. I'll pick on special copy and I'll pick linear. So in linear, I'm going to copy this plus the plate in the opposite direction of y-axis. So let me just clear everything first of all and come to y-axis, and I'm going to just key in 70 or 50 will be okay. 50 is not bad. I am just use 50, but I'll prefix it with a negative sign right there. So I'm going to click copy. So if I click copy like that, I'll be able now to get rid of these ones. I'll be able to get rid of this one, get rid of that, get rid of that. So I'll remain with this one. So this part will be attached to the main column, and this will be bolted to this. So this will come closer to this and will be bolted. So the next thing, I'm going just to right click and redraw. So once I've redrawn that, if I come to view and come to navigate, I'll be able to rotate this, and you can see this is how it looks. But it's slightly so far away. So let me just click undo so that we have this coming closer. So let me just press Control, if I right click and come to special move. Let me just use special copy because we intend to retain this part in that position. So let me just come here and key in 40. 40 will be enough gap for us. So let me just click copy. So once I've done so, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete the other one in place. So I'll right click and come to redraw. So once I've redrawn that, if I come to rotate, I'll be able to have that in place. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and click save. So once I've saved that, and we'll be able to pick it from the next step on the next presentation. Bye bye, and I hope you've gotten some tips and tricks and on how to create a thread in a Tekla structures as we move further with creation of spiral staircase. Let's meet then. Bye bye.